In 1973, the U.S. Supreme Court legalized abortion nationwide. The decision is called Roe v. Wade, and those who defend it are known as robots. This is how they think.
Any government that can tell a woman she can't have an abortion can also tell her she has to have one.
To appreciate the sheer stupidity of this argument, try to name one thing the federal government or any state legislature has ever outlawed and then required people to do. I mean, have you ever heard of people being forced by the government to snort cocaine or run red lights or cheat on their taxes or have sex with their children or murder their spouses? Actually, if we look around the world today, what we see is that the only places where women are forced to have abortions by their governments are in countries where abortion is legal, not illegal. Let's also remember that when abortion was illegal in the United States, pregnant women did not spend a lot of their time worrying that they were about to be dragged in off the street and forced by the government to have abortions. We also know that today, women and girls are often forced or intimidated into abortions by boyfriends, husbands, parents, social workers, teachers, school counselors, and others, including relatives of the guy who got her pregnant. Sometimes this force is accompanied by physical violence, and it is not unheard of for women who refuse to comply to be murdered. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that this sort of violence and intimidation is a whole lot easier to carry out when abortion is legal. Of course, we never hear the abortion industry talking about these forced abortions because they prefer to talk about the forced abortions in the future that in reality could never happen. But if I'm wrong, and the pro-choice community really is concerned about forced abortions, here is a perfect solution. Congress just needs to pass legislation making it a federal crime for anyone to force or coerce a woman to have an abortion against her will. It's a simple, fail-safe solution that the pro-life movement would certainly support. But of course, the only holdup would be getting the abortion lobby on board. After all, a significant percentage of the money they are raking in right now comes from selling abortions to customers who are being forced to have them. And for-profit institutions never lobby for legislation that would cost them business.